Hello YouTube and welcome back. This is part 7 of our series on the game simulation Euro Truck Simulator 2. My name's Subtype R, and up to now I'd like to thank everybody that's actually viewed and subscribed to the channel, and I am hoping you're enjoying these as much as I'm enjoying making them. We're currently on level 5 as a hire for reward driver. And I want to see if we can lift this up a little bit further and see if we can get into the point where we're going to actually purchase our own truck and do our own jobs. Currently we'd taken a job from Huesca to Bilbao full of shock absorbers, and it wasn't the best trip in the world. We had a few incidents, a few accidents on the way. Like I was saying in that video, obviously there is days when you have good days and bad days, and hopefully this trip will be a little bit of a better day. Currently in Bilbao, we're going to load this up and see what jobs we can get out of Bilbao, and see if we can start heading back across a different route and see what's on offer. Last video we managed to level up from level 4 to 5, and we're nearly into the enthusiasts range. We'll have a look at our progress history, and there you go. We're now classed as an enthusiast level 5, and we're going to need at least another 900 points to get to level 6. We've explored 2.26% of the maps, and we've delivered 7 out of 8 cargoes, and travelled over 1,946 miles in 3 days and 10 hours of total game time, and we've played this actual profile for 4 hours and 13 minutes. So looking at our progress on the world's map, we have gone from Newcastle to Manchester, down to Trinity in Jersey, across to Bourges, and then down to Andorra, Huesca, Canfranquilla, and then went all the way to Bilbao, which is where we currently are at the moment. Looking at our financial records, let's have a quick look at them. We currently have £27,252 in the bank, and for the last 7 days in profit of £26,601. So yeah, let's see what we've got and where we can go from here. I did level up the skills. If you noticed the last time at the very end of the last video, we've now got eco driving level 1. We got just in time delivery level 1, fragile cargo level 1, high value cargo level 1, and long distance level 1. The next level up will be an ADR, and we'll carry on like that. So we're going to have a quick look at Bilbao, see what cargoes we have sitting in Bilbao, and we have a few there. Cool, crikey, a couple of Stobarts. So we've got Stobarts there from Bilbao to Nantes. That is a long run. It offers some decent money, but it's going to get a long way back to the north. And that would be in a Mercedes 6.4, 510 horsepower. Or we can take another crane from Bilbao to Montpellier. Again, a long run, but it's doable. Let's have a look and see what else we have. A Weidemann, which again is farm machinery. Oh, we can do this one, Bilbao to Montpellier with a Volvo tipper truck on the back. Motor oil to Barcelona, that'd be quite a good trip to Barcelona. That would get down to Barcelona through Andorra again. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's L'Angevin Carrera with tubes. La Rochelle with another heavy piece of equipment. Cheese to Manresa. We have Barcelona with scrap metal. Carpets to Montpellier. Let's beef to La Rochelle. Rolling roof to Andorra. And Bordeaux. Fertilizer to Bordeaux. Bilbao to Toulouse. Or Bilbao to Iron, which we've already done. I think we're going to go for the big long run up to Nantes for Stobarts. So yeah, well, let's go for that one. Obviously it is going to be a fragile cargo because it's cars on the back here, a ton of cars. It's a high value cargo and it's a standard delivery. So Mercedes Actros high roof slipper cab. Let's have a quick look and do this one. This one's going to be a bit of a longer video, unfortunately, but or fortunately. And let's see how we get on with this. Nice Scania from World of Trucks, one of the 144s, World of V8, 460 brake horse. It looks like it's got straight pipes on as well. That's looking really nice by Justin V8 Power. So we're in the Mercedes. Let's have a quick glance and see what we got on the back. So, handbrake on. Oh, we've got a car transporter. So there you go. That's quite a nice car transporter on the back. 6 cars. Looks like a Vauxhall Astra in the front and the bottom. Possibly a Skoda, Citroen, Fiat, possibly a Hyundai, Polo. I don't know what that is at the back. Driver lights. So we've got marker lights. That is a Fiat. Fuel load sitting there. Headlights. Beams. 4-wheel flashers. Yep, they're working. And the horn. The horn works. We're all ready to go. So this trip is 464 miles. We're going to get some bonus for completing it on time. We've got nearly a full tank of fuel. We're going to get a bonus for being long distance. So we'll put it into gear, take the handbrake off, and off we go. The car's on. Obviously it is quite a fragile cargo, having cars on the back. It's quite rare having a store-bought car transporter. There's the farm machinery waiting that we could have taken. A telehandler. Left-hand drive vehicle as well, as we're in Europe and we're in the European division. And off we go. Only 8 tons of weight on the back, so it should be quite responsive. Shouldn't struggle too much on the hills. Just have to keep eyes on the speed limits. Right, this is going to take 9 hours 58 minutes of driving time, so that's going to put we're pretty close to needing a break on the way up. You've got to be careful with high value cargoes in case they get stolen. This is Bilbao Docks. And out we go. We're going to go right the way around this roundabout. The gearbox is not the most intelligent thing on the planet. That's it. That's us out of here. Nice seat covers on there. We're going to just cruise on up here. When you do play Euro Truck Simulator in multiplayer mode, you do get the CB option. You can talk to other people that are on the network, and it's on the actual same server as you as long as they're in range. And all you do for that is you press the tab key, and if they're in range you appear, and then you can push the talk button and talk to them as if they're on the CB, which I think is pretty clever. Current time is 9:10 in the evening. Let me put some lights on because it gets pretty dark fairly fast. There's a lot of roads there by the looks of it that are due to be built and constructed in the game in probably future updates, which is really good news. Just over the speed limit there. Just because they're not open to us doesn't mean they're not there, so you have to make sure you keep your eyes in the mirrors. And off we go. There's Bilbao and San Sebastian to our left. We're going to go out again. And off down the highway we go. If this was Friday, it would be foot down Friday for all the hauliers heading home. But this trip, I think this is going to be a couple of days, definitely an overnight trip on the way up. All these high value cars on the back. The one good thing about car transporters is they're fully made of steel. So if anybody runs into you, you know which one's going to come off worse. Usually the thing that runs into car transporters. There's one of the tour buses going past. We'll give him a flash in. See if he spotted what? Nope. Oh, there he has. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. Donosti and San Sebastian is there ahead of it. Come down to the peage. There we go. Off we go. Euronics, that's a big electrical firm like Maplin's in Europe. They sell everything from plugs and wires to full-on CD systems and TVs and washers and dryers and fridge freezers. They have a big following in Germany. And we're going to go straight on down towards Donostia and San Sebastian. Don't know what we clipped there. We clipped something. It's never a good sign. So at present we've got nearly a full tank of fuel, we've got 430 miles to run, 9 hours and 9 minutes to do it in. And this wagon seems to be pulling a lot better than that Iveco did. A lot less weight on it though. Nearly 3 times less weight on it. We'll come down to the peage again. Paid the £9 toll for that little section, and off we go on to the next section. Looks like some big Italian granite on the back of that, and that's it, Leon. let him out. You notice I never thank you. Well, at least they're in front. You can see the sun's starting to set and the night sky is starting to set in. And that's the thing, if you mistime your acceleration, you kind of get past them. But we'll have a run down here. It goes into 3 lanes. Should be able to overtake these down here. Next gear, because that granite will have a fair bit of weight on it. A nice bit of power in this Mercedes. Not a lot of weight, so that's quite good. Run around the outside. And again, we're running into the mountains in the dark, so we'll not see a lot of the scenery, but there's the moon out. 390 miles to go. And into the tunnels. As long as we get to sit on nice roads like this, it should be a half decent job back. You can see the light, flashing red lights there, the high points on the pylons. So, yep, this is looking pretty realistic scenery. Future wise, we're working towards running a live stream on multiplayer, and we'll give you more information about that when that's about to go live. We're going to hook up with a couple of other people. I know there's a couple of my friends who are really interested in playing this game and getting on the live stream, as well as doing maybe some channels themselves. One of them being Kev Noon, and he's actually probably one of the top commentators for iRacing, and a couple of the other racing channels that has him commentating on races. He's also an absolute amazing driver on iRacing as well, and he does a lot of testing with the rallycross cars and race cars and stuff like that. Really nice guy as well. He doesn't live that far away from me, and I know he's downloaded his copy of Euro Truck Simulator 2 tonight, and he's currently in the process of setting it up. So hopefully he'll be with us within maybe by the end of the week. That'd be quite good to have Kev running alongside with, or running with us, should I say. And we're just obviously looking at going back in towards Francia and across the Spanish border. Like I say, this part of the world is very close to the French and Spain borders. And there we go. Welcome to France. And we're going back into another péage, another toll road. A lot of toll roads in France, and it's all down to the fact of how well they look after their carriageways. I'd like to give a shout out to Thomas Clayton and Robert Clayton. They're two newish YouTubers. Thomas concentrates on Call of Duties and got a few videos up there. It'd be nice if you could support him and look at his channel as well. And Robert is literally just opened his account just recently, so it's the process of still waiting to put a couple of videos up. But I think again he'll be into his Grand Theft Autos and also possibly Call of Duty, maybe WWE as well. So again, if you're into them sort of genres, then get along and have a look at their YouTube channels. If you're interested in racing games, well, racing simulators like iRacing, Dirt, and simulators like that, like I see, I'm sure Kev Noon's got a few YouTube videos and clips you can point towards for you to have a look at and check out. Big thanks out to them. And of course, the big inspiration of this channel is from Squirrel, with his instructional videos and all his videos as well. Big nod to Squirrel as well. If you're into your flight sims, I would recommend Frugal. Give Frugal a watch. He normally has a news channel every Sunday, and he does tutorial videos as well and shows you all the latest kit for FSX, X-Plane and Prepared. Again, he's a really big YouTuber. A lot of subscribers, a lot of great content on his channel. And in the process of doing all that, there's my first speeding ticket for this trip of £580. I should really watch my speed. As my wife would say, that's probably how I drive in real life as well, just a little bit too fast. Another peage done, off we go, a bit further south and east I believe. Heading down the A63 towards Andorra. And Poitiers and Bordeaux. If anybody lives in any of these places and you want to shout out, just leave comments below. If you want to get involved in any of the convoys we're going to run in the future on live stream, we'll try and get those convoys set up so it's on a Saturday or Sunday night, and we'll get together and have a bit of a run and a bit of a chat on live stream as well as on Twitch and on the CBs, live on the CBs in game. And we do that. We'll if you want to do that, give her a shout, and we'll obviously have a bit of a conversation, and we'll see what we can arrange, and see if we can get a few viewers and subscribers live on air. $331 miles to go. This is probably one of the longer trips that we've done. Definitely not hanging around for these boys. Crack on and get past if we can. I think I've just got them down to the less weight I'm carrying on this. It looks like he's got farm machinery on the back of that. A quick view from outside. Really good game for the views and some of the camera angles that you can get. You can get the angle from, say, the from overhead, from on top of the cab. You can see the aerials and how we're progressing. From alongside, from behind, in the cab, or if you've got it set up, just driving past a drive-by. So you've got a lot of mark lights on that trailer. Oh, I get back on the road. But yeah, there's a lot of good camera angles that you can use. Some of them are a little bit more difficult to control the vehicle when you're in them camera angles, but we get there. Hopefully we'll get this guy here before we get down to the peage. There's two of them. Yeah, we'll back off and just drop in behind. Actually, we'll have a go at getting past. Might be coming in here nice and hot. See if he's got the tool. We're here together. Who's got the legs? Both about the same power. And when I move out, if I've got nothing on my outside, nothing outside, we'll give him the space. Don't know what we meant to have crashed into, but there was nothing there. Unless he's pulled into the side of me. But if that's the case, that's his problem. Paris and Bordeaux is the one we're going for. Heading north. Yes, some of these AI vehicles haven't quite got it down to the fact of if there's somebody there, they're just going to drive through you. So you kind of got to give them a little bit extra space, a little bit extra room. Allow them to be stupid if that makes sense. Allow them to work their own stupidness out, well out of the way of yourself. $272 miles to go. Hopefully this video will be just less than an hour, and hopefully you'll get to watch it all, because obviously nobody actually knows how good this is going to go. Sometimes these little mistakes can be all good, and sometimes they can provide hours of entertainment. To loosen power, we're not going that way. Let's get out here. We're going straight on down to Paris and Bordeaux. Flat on the limiter there. Nice scenery off to our left, and some off to the right. Yep. This game does really portray a good scenery. Pro Mods and SCS have done a fantastic job with this game. It's absolutely huge. There's a lot of areas to investigate and to visit, and new areas and new roads and new mods are coming out all the time, every day for it. So yeah, really good expansion game. This is a game that you could basically use as a retirement tool if you were a truck driver that was retired and you wanted to just keep your hand in, enjoy the crack, enjoy some of the places you've possibly been to in the past. I would recommend this. It's quite clever, it's quite good, and it's a lot less stressful than the job you were probably doing yourself. And if you've got the wheel and the track IR and the gear shift, Yep, I would say that's probably quite a, they won't stay out for him. And it's probably a really good tool for just keeping the hand in and enjoying what you do in your retirement days. Whether the wife or the husband lets you is another matter. That was a bit of a sneaky move, but any advantage is an advantage. Coming down to another peage. 200 meters ahead. Hopefully he'll go all the way over to the right. And we'll get that one there. No accidents on that one. There's a single cab unit going past. Owner driver obviously going to his next job. This is the thing, when you've got your own cab, you don't always have a trailer on the back. The trick is, as a route manager, is to organise it so your cab's always as loaded as possible. You've got as much load on the back as you can all the time. She's only making money when the wheels are turning with a trailer on the back. All the other times it's just costing you. Nice big services there. Go a bit further up before we need to stop, I think. 192 miles left to go, and there's a little bit of wind resistance. Get this cab and trailer. Get this past this cab. I think my limiter's set a little bit faster than what his is, hopefully. Move back in behind this tanker. And on the downhills we'll just run the limiter to Nantes and La Rochelle. That's for next big signs, next big towns and cities. $167 miles to go, and we're making good progress here. Still got half a tank of fuel. We'll be heading off to La Rochelle at the next junction. The engine braking. Take it easy around these tight corkscrews. Main beams on, and we'll come down to the peage. This is our exit peage. This is where we pay our toll to come off the carriageway. Always like to take my lights before I get into the peage, and it's, you know, dazzling anybody as you pull in. £35, so that's a bit more of an expensive peage here. Maybe been on the carriageway a little bit more. Get our main beams back on. 146 miles to go. Nobody on the outside of it. As you can see, the roads are turning yellow as we drive down them, just so it notifies how much of the new road we're on. The grey roads haven't been driven on yet by us. So to obviously drive on the other side is the only way we're going to get the full road to indicate yellow. So there's a lot of mileage in this simulator to cover the actual whole map with the roads. And then the more map packs or more additions that are added, that mileage just goes up and up and up and up. I would imagine there's some people that have completed 100% of the map. Not 100% sure, but I'd imagine there is. That's the town of La Rochelle off to our right. Well, the actual town's off to our left, but the junction you would go right there and head down into La Rochelle. Don't think it's going to allow you to discover that unless we actually went down there. Nice Mercedes ML going past. BMW 5 Series, one of my probably favourite cars. Maybe not a fan of the drivers, but definitely a good car. Still got a good half tank of fuel, and we've still got a few hours left on my driving time. A couple hours left on my driving time, so this is going to be close, I think, if we get there before it starts feeling tired again. I think the trick is now what we'll do is, now we've been down to the south, we'll try to get back up north to England. And by the time we do that, if we do a few jobs on the way, we might even have enough to purchase our first truck, or take a loan and purchase our first cab unit. There was an email turned up from the banks to say that I could extend my loan to £435,000, which would buy quite a good number of lorries. Certainly should be enough to set up a business with a couple of drivers. There we go, A83 to Nantes and Bordeaux. Quarter past 5 in the morning. Traffic will start appearing on the roads a little bit denser in a minute. Simply because it's French people are starting to go to work. Big warehouse facility and container place on the left there. .91 miles to run. Turn the main beams off. Coach coming the other way, big double decker. Any of them things can carry up to 100 passengers, so we'll stay out of his way. Coming up on another peage and a roundabout. If we had the toll cards, we wouldn't need to stop. We could just slow down, and once the cards registered in the actual sensors, it would take the money and it would just carry on going. So here we go, Nantes A83. If we went to the right, we'd be heading off towards Bordeaux. Motorway is looking pretty quiet. And as you just heard there, that was the first signs of our driver getting tired. That was the first yawn. So we should be able to make this delivery before we need to take a rest. But 72 miles to run. Check the mirrors. Check over our shoulder. One coming past. There he is, just out in time behind him. Daylight's coming back round again, 6 o'clock in the morning. Friday morning. So today, technically foot down Friday. In Europe, a lot of vehicles, or especially in France, a lot of HGVs aren't allowed to move at the weekends. Down to rulings that said that certain vehicles must take time off. At least that always used to be the case. I would presume it's still the case now. Non-essential HGV movements are restricted on the weekend. So from midnight Friday through till midnight Sunday, there'll be less HGVs on the road. Oops. Just clipped that peage when I came in. Didn't think I was that close. There's a big SUV Euronics, nice big trailer. $52 miles to run. There's Rennes. Audi with a nice set of alloys on it. Another one. Next one. Go for Rennes. Périphérique West. Périphérique means ring road. The famous one being the Périphérique in Paris, which, from what I've been told in the past, if you drive on there and you have an accident, it becomes very, very expensive for your insurance company, if at all you're insured. Parisian drivers seem to have an understanding that if it's a bump, well, it's just another dent in your car. If you ever get to Paris and you ever have to park a car or hire a car in Paris, always park with the vehicle handbrake off, as long as you're on a flat road, because their parking technique is, if they see 3 inches ahead of you or behind you, they will take that 3 inches and bump your car until their car fits, which can be a bit, I suppose, unnerving. As you notice there, his eyes were starting to shut, and we're starting to get a little bit of rain. The screen started to blacken there. 24 miles to go. If that was me now, I'd be putting the old radio on a little bit louder, opening the window, getting a bit of fresh air in the cab. 20 miles to run, not that far off. Hopefully we should make it. This is going to be a good demonstration of what happens if you fall asleep. I'll keep the hammer down here. We need to get past and get on. And off for Nantes. 9 miles to run. Up to the roundabout. See how the screen's going dark? That's because he's getting tired. His head's starting to nod, his eyes are starting to close. If you carried on, eventually he would just close his eyes and you'd be driving with no vision whatsoever. And that's not a very good situation. But it's a thing that drivers do. It's the thing that's killed a lot of professional drivers. It catches them out. Often sometimes known as the black dog. Because when they're tired, they'll imagine they've seen a black dog run in front of them. They'll swerve to miss it and either severely injure themselves or severely injure somebody else. There's a whole film with Patrick Swayze in there about Black Dog. There you go, there's one of the trains running alongside it. Down to the roundabout. Dive on behind him. Yep, definitely getting tired now, he is. We're not that far off though. Straight down here over a couple of roundabouts and we're into where we're going. I'm glad he turned left. Oh, he's starting to make mistakes. He applied the parking brake there. He's obviously getting tired. We could, if we wanted, to pull in there and rest him, but we're going to carry on. We're only about less than a mile away from our drop. Oops. He's all over the road. It gets more and more difficult to control, as you can see, when he's getting tired. There we are, we're going to Europcar. This may not have been a good delivery. That's the parking space we want. There we go. Slide this round here. Missed it a little bit there. What we'll do, pull it forward and straighten it up. Why it makes it difficult on your reversing on the blind side, because that mirror is never in the right place. Yeah, I've missed it down the other side, but this time we should be on the right place. Just to drop it in that space. Making a pig's ear of this one. And no excuse whatsoever. Right, we should have it this time. If we get it across. There we go, we're in. Handbrake on, out of gear, engine off, and decoupling. Fifth wheel unlocking. There we go, excellent. Oh wow. We did really well there, better than I expected. So we got 10,354 for our base reward. We drove 466 miles, and time taken 11 hours and 18 minutes. Fuel consumed was 322.5 litres. We got a proficiency bonus of £753. Skill rank for long distance of £502. High value cargo bonus of £502. Fragile cargo bonus of £502, giving us a total of £12,613. The experience is increased with 750 experience bonus points from a base reward, 187 for long distance bonus, and high value 135 XP, fragile cargo 165 XP, and bonus for parking the trailer, even though we had a complete pig's ear of it, of 40 XP. Giving us into level 6 from level 5. We now again only need another 900 points to get to level 7, or just under level 900 points. With that, we will add our ADR license now. I think we'll go for explosives, which is what we have to go for, and apply that. So we now have level 1 in all categories. Let's have a look at our progress history. Progress history is quite good, looking good there. So we're steadily climbing away. World map, let's have a quick look at the world map and show you the routes that we've driven. There we go. So Newcastle, Manu, and we're doing a complete loop down into Spain and Andorra, and we're on our way back up the country towards the UK. I think we'll end the video there. We've had a good run. That was a really long one. We are still just under the hour, so that's good news. We've covered 2.76% of the roads, and I'd like to thank you for staying with me, spending the time watching these movies, or videos should I say, and hopefully you'll subscribe, like and share with your colleagues and friends. And also I hope you also take time to go on to Steam and download the game, try it out, and see if you also get addicted. Thanks very much, and from myself, make sure you have an absolute amazing week, and we'll catch you again soon. Thank you.